I did my book report on Educating Esme, the Diary of a First Year Teacher. Excellent, excellent book. Really easy read. Good for a first year teacher, anybody going into teaching to read. It takes place, I'd say, in the mid to late 90s, and she's a young teacher going into inner city Chicago schools. She definitely has a lot of obstacles with a principal who doesn't support her and her ideas, and a staff that is just mediocre, it seems. And Esme really went above and beyond to reach her kids. And she had some extremely sad cases. She had she had children that were abused, children that were homeless and not getting meals, to different cultures. And the expectation for that school seemed as though it was set pretty low. And she set the bar for her children, and she made sure that they reached it. And I thought that was just wonderful. It's a funny book. It's funny and it's sad and it's inspiring and it's definitely makes you wonder, is this really what I want to do sometimes? But she really reached her children on another level. Like, she would wear roller skates to school for a game that they did. She would dress up as like a funny, I think it was like like an autumn or something for science that they were doing. And the kids really loved it, and she really reached them. And I mean, these are kids that are probably really hard to reach, that slip through the cracks. And she saw something in these children. Like I said, her principal was extremely hard to work with. He didn't support her, but when she would do something, like she called in the author of the American Girls, Addie, one of the American Girls, Addie, the author, to come to the school and meet the kids, do like a meet and greet, and they gave a doll away, and all of a sudden, like, the principal was all for it, and he would just really try to take her glory. She definitely risked, it seemed, she said in the book, she didn't really get into detailed personal relationships for this classroom. She bought a lot for her classroom. She really drives home the fact that, you got to keep your classroom up to date. You got to change with the seasons, make sure you're changing your calendars, keep it interesting for your kids, because it does set an atmosphere and a tone for these kids that you can lose them. You could lose them, and they could be bored and just kind of trying to get through until to the next grade. But I really liked her idea. She had her kids write letters at the end of the school year to the next class, and these were fifth graders, and I thought that was a really good idea, and that's something that I probably would use. Also, at the end of the book, she has new material about what to expect as a first-year teacher and what to provide for your classroom, and there's a lot, like it's almost 3 pages of lists that you would need to provide for your classroom. So, Educating Esme, the Diary of a First-Year Teacher, was excellent, and I'm really happy that I read it and that I got to enjoy it. Thanks so much.